Yeah, well, I was saying it's like it seems like they neutralized Aiden on the inside, and it's not like
Yeah,
pounder on the inside, but him being able to get them easy buckets has been a big deal in the playoffs. So for him to get 17 rebounds but only 6 points, Aiden needs to get at least 10 to 15 to me.
yeah.
I think that was
And it had to happen. Drew Holiday, after stinking up the joint for the whole fucking finals. Besides game four, like towards the end of game four, he had like three threes or four threes, right? Four threes. He had four threes in game
You know
four.
what?
did he?
Before you say that, but is it? Can you not fault him for going both ways like that?
No. I don't fault it. I'm not one of these
I
people
don't give him
that
a hard. I don't give him a
I
hard
don't.
time because of that.
I know you listen to Bill, Rail, and Jess. You still listen to Bill Simmons podcast like that or no?
Nah.
Not like that. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Bill's point, he's been banging this drum to Rosillo and everybody else who listen. He was like, is PJ Tucker really good? Right. And while I agree in this series, he doesn't look that good because he gives you next to nothing but kind of corner spacing on offense.
But who's better?
All his other shit, like there's nobody for him to directly guard, right? There's nobody for him to directly guard in this series. And like all the other shit that you don't see again, like him going from the corner 3-point line and diving and tipping those balls and making one of those guys box him out. That shit makes a difference. Like people don't take that shit into account. Like people like real people that watch basketball take that shit into account. The fact that a man that big, that heavy is literally every time there's a missed shot is sprinting full speed to the paint for a rebound just to tip it, get his hand on it. That makes a difference because somebody has to account for that guy. Like all that shit matters. Like I pay attention to all that shit. As I started paying attention to more deeper in basketball shit, like I feel like all these people have a role. Very seldom I'll hop on this pod and talk about somebody that they didn't do anything at all. PJ's contributing to this series. He has.
I don't like PJ Tucker. I don't have a problem with PJ Tucker. Like the only
who's when people says like who's the other guy you're gonna put in? You're gonna play more Jeff Teague?
Jeff Teague on defense. Connington has been getting eaten alive. And
like they're going at Connaughton, but they need Connaughton.
But
shout out to Pacers. Blazers legend Pat Connaughton. Hey, if Pat win, that means Blazers win, right?
Honestly, I forgot he was on the Blazers.
Get the fuck out of here.
Blazers, you should know.
We built him. We built him.
You should know Blazers cornered the market on white players.
That's what I'm saying. But it's probably because
Blazers and Pacers.
He just looked like one of their white players that they have.
Blazers and Pacers, baby.
But no, what I was gonna say about Connaughton is like I'm more hard on Connaughton than I am on like a PJ Tucker because Connaughton, it's like your job is to shoot, like, and he does do what PJ Tucker does,
and
too.
He doesn't give a fuck. There's some of them contest shots he take. I'd be like, okay, he's gonna pass that out because the contest came early. He just like fuck it. Him and Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis, I'd be like, Bobby Portis don't give a fuck either sometimes too.
To me,
they're really confident in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And to me, he hasn't. I know he's made the most threes in the playoffs this year, but he hasn't really been shooting that great to me. And but other than that, it's like the problem I have with Connaughton is like defensively, he does a lot of like dumb stuff. But he does what PJ Tucker does too, which he crashes the boards. Offensively, the only problem I have with him is stop driving to the basket. Like if you're gonna dribble, and you're looking for the next pass, this guy starts driving to the basket, and then he gets himself caught up, like he doesn't know what he's gonna do. And it's like now you're crowded by three players, and you weren't actually looking to score in any way, fashion, or form. You just dribbled because you had to. That's why I liked in this game. That can y'all see me? Because it's saying my connection's unstable. But
no, we can see.
All right. But in this game and last game, it was like fuck dribbling. He just shot. He's gonna, even if it hands, like you said, even with a contest, like he's just gonna shoot it. And
he's pulling.
Probably told.
Like he's pulling.
And especially since Forbes is not getting
they just attacked him too much. They just took Forbes out. All his minutes have been gone. Which is probably the right move.
Yeah, as long as
I'm looking at this is the first time I looked at the box score, and fuck. just the fact that like nobody on the, the Bucks big three, all of them had over 27, and Pat was the next highest with 14.
14.
Nobody else did anything. Nobody ever scored over 10.
But Brook ain't doing shit. Brook ain't doing shit this whole series.
Brook had 9. He's a spacer too. Like you still got to guard him out there, Splash Mountain.
Also, they game plan him off the floor too. So
the real problem, but I think with this series is that now, and I really think the Suns are only down to maybe 2 creators. Like I think that's an issue that you can't throw the ball to Aiden at least once or twice. I get that he's a good crasher, but you need a third banana. Because now you're down to the 1.5 creators because Book's your best creator. And if Chris Paul, he has,
I'm sure Campaign think he's a creator,
and he's played like shit for a while. He's been playing like shit since that game versus the Suns.
I don't know.
He played good. He played well in Game 4. He didn't play well last night.
Playing like shit. His minutes just got really cut.
He tried to attack Giannis one of those drives. He kicked it. I don't know if he went 1-on-1 with Giannis. Like I don't know if it was at the fourth or the third quarter. It was like the third, towards the end of the third quarter. And he went 1-on-1 and he blew by him. And I was like, Giannis is gonna eat this alive. And he dumped it off to Aiden for like one of those mid-range pull-ups. I was like, okay. Cause I don't know, it's just Campaign's confidence is just like, bro, like Giannis is like literally just like, all right, I'm gonna let you go by me, but whatever you throw up is gonna get tossed.
And I think another issue too is that I noticed last night is that I think Monty Williams is fucking up because when you up 16 to go to the second and you go a regular rotation on rest and you're in the NBA fucking finals and you take Booker off the court for at least, what was that? I wrote it down. So
talk about Game 4 or Game 5?
Yesterday. This was yesterday. He took Booker off the court. I think Booker was off the court. They said he came back in around the 9-minute mark. So he was off the court for almost 4 minutes and the game changed. It went from 16 to a 4-point game at that point. That's a big swing. You can't have Devin Booker, your best creator, off the court that long. You just can't. I'm sorry, Devin. 48. Timeouts and TV timeouts. That's the only time you get in rest. It's 48, Devin. Don't look to come out because you're not. And CP is gonna be the same shit. And so Monty Williams.
48.
Yeah, but like when you say shit like that,
I'm going 48.
He should. But he cannot. If you want him to be good,
I'm sure. But like, if you see your star player like literally missing layups and missing shots because he has no legs, he needs a break. He needs a break. That's what they. Bro, you making that face? I feel you, but this is what.
I'm calling timeout.
Like this is what people
take 5. How bad do you fucking want it? Like how bad do you want it? The game is swinging. The game's a game of runs, and when you crack that door back in, you fuck the game off.
I will agree with you on this part, Ro. 4 minutes is too long. 1 minute.
Too long.
Yeah, you bring him back in. 1 minute, especially
1 cup of water, nigga. 2 blows and get back in the game.
When you have a 16-point lead, and you see
Suns shouldn't have won this game, to be honest with you. Anyway, Game 4 almost pissed me off so much. The NBA is thanking them, their lucky stars, that they didn't win Game 4 off of the bullshit that almost happened twice.
Bruh,
I lost it.
And
I lost it.
Okay, why are they not calling Devin Booker on that? His wrapping that arm around the player.
That shit had me sick.
He does it every time.
That shit had me sick.
Yesterday, where it's like Middleton should have got a foul called, and he on that one where it looks so close that when Booker knocked the ball out of his hands and out of bounds, it was like he literally was fouling him before he even did that, and they don't call that foul. But my thing is like.
That shit had me sick.
I don't think the problem was. I think there's one big issue when Booker starts scoring, and on one, they start letting them just do one-on-one shit too much. And before it was Booker was getting quick shots up within the offense. He'll get into a spot, and that's where he scores. Now he's grabbing it and going one-on-one, and that's what really killed them in the second quarter. That's what they talked about. We started doing one-on-one stuff, and his legs got tired. His legs didn't get tired in previous series because he didn't do a lot of that one-on-one stuff. And, they were able to do the pick and roll, spread out the floor. That's how Ayton got involved. The lobs up to Ayton, getting them easy baskets like that. So it's one of those things where it's like they got to figure out, they got to go back to, they said it in the press conferences, they got to go back to Suns ball. But I think there's one thing the Bucks are doing is kind of neutralizing Aiden, not getting them those easy.
Yeah, them easy bullshit switch point.
I think ultimately, the Suns are going to lose the series, but I think they do need a third banana if Chris Paul resigns. because I don't think they could. I think Book need one more banana because I don't think Aiden's third banana. I don't think you can't.
Some people think Bridges is the third banana.
You can't know. He's not a third banana.
Aiton has a lot of.
Real, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's about to get paid like one. He's about to get extended. He's about to get extended like one.
But I can't throw the ball to him. Like he can't create. He's not a guy that
I think he can create. I think he can create.
What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about elite level, but I think he can create.
I think it's Aiton. I think Aiton's your third guy, and
he's about to get paid. He's about to get paid like a third guy too.
How many times can you throw the ball to DeAndre and he get you a bucket?
I don't think it's about.
I don't think he can do it against Giannis or Brook Lopez, but there's gonna be other teams, other matchups. You're thinking about this. You're thinking about this matchup.
I don't know how much actually.
I've seen Aiden kick Karl Anthony Towns' ass, but that's not saying much.
I don't think.
Anyway,
I don't think it's necessarily getting you a bucket. It's about putting him in spaces where he can get easy buckets, where he got a legitimate jump shot, 18-footer. So put him in the pick and pop and let him do those 18.
Also, too, not to cut you off, I need more Cam Johnson minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, how far do you want to?
When is his contract coming?
He's on the Kobe White. He's in the same class as Kobe White. So
he was drafted in 2019.
2019 too. So he's only 2 years in.
That's a good contract for him. He's good.
And he played 21 minutes last night.
He's good.
21. Like, are you kidding me, Monty Williams? Like, come on, man.
Whose minutes do you give him?
Yeah,
cut in Crowder's fucking minutes.
You can't cut in.
You need Crowder on the floor.
You need Crowder. Crowder's the only one. I mean, they got nobody to really match up against Giannis, but at least Crowder thinks he has. He can strength. Yeah, that's not happening.
I don't know.
He can move his feet quick enough to
because Cam ain't got no chance against Giannis. Every time Giannis sees Cam, Giannis does this.
He goes right after him.
I would say, or I cut in the Bridges. Or I cut in the Bridges minutes.
You can't cut in the Bridges minutes either.
I mean, 21 minutes is not bad. 21 out of 48.
He needs to be in the 30s. He needs to be in the 30s.
Come off the bench, but going to the 30s, that's cutting a starter's minute. I don't know if you do. To go back to Drew Holiday, like I've been saying it, Drew Holiday is their best playmaker in the sense of he gets the ball, the offense in a half-court set. He gets the offense moving, all this stuff.
Best playmaker? It's close, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm talking about just getting the team involved. Getting players involved. He's not,
Drew be having moments where it's like, Drew, that's a terrible pass. Drew, that's a bad pass.
But I don't give.
I was just listening to Zach where he was like, yeah, Drew, you got Giannis on the wing, but people was like, he was basically saying like, I probably would have brought it out and killed time, but it was like, I see you got Giannis on the wing, throw that lob. Towards the end, I didn't think he was gonna throw it. I would say you would have brought it out and killed time, like because that's what you're ready, not lucky, but you stole the ball where it was it could have been called a foul, right? Let's be real, like it could have been, or a jump ball, or either a foul or a jump ball, right?
I mean, I was surprised they didn't call a foul, but it wasn't one.
I agree too. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It could have been called a jump ball, so it could have been a 50-50 ball. But at the same time, when you get a steal like that. And again, we all played basketball. We all played for coaches or whatever. Your mind is your things like, oh, kill the clock, running out the time.
Yeah,
we're not on the NBA Finals, and we don't have somebody that's 6'11" that could jump out of the gym that's sprinting on the left wing. Oh, he was on the right wing.
Yeah, right wing. It's a game of inches. So it's like he's saying
he lobbed it, and Chris Paul, man, what an awful foul. He had to, like you had no chance.
No, I think what he was intending.
Once he sees Giannis on the wing and he sees a lob pass, like why are you fouling?
I think his intention was to throw off Giannis's momentum and make sure he see if he can.
You're too little. You're look, Chris Paul. You're not stopping Giannis on this.
That angle of that pass was they're not talking about how perfect that pass was.
Yeah,
that angle, it's like 1 inch off. And
that lob needs a name because they got the Valley Oop right for the Suns got the Valley Oop for the last series.
Yeah,
that lob needs a name.
So my thing is, I think his
I don't know what you call it, but it needs
not allowing him to be able to finish that dunk, and then what you're doing is putting Giannis back at the line. So I think that was the mindset. Like he wasn't just gonna. He thought he could put his momentum to miss the dunk. But
yeah,
what I was saying about Drew is like I haven't been giving him a hard time. He actually really hasn't had a great playoffs, to be honest. If you really look at it, like offensively.
He's had some bad man. He's had some really good matchups though.
Yeah, but defensively, like everything he puts into defense, it's like I can't get mad at him because he puts so much. He didn't only make the play yesterday; he made the key steal the game before. Like everybody,
100%.
That was the key steal that he made on CP.
100%.
So it's
100%.
like I can't be hard on him like I'm hard on Middleton, which Middleton is like he's playing better.
I don't think people understand how hard it is to have everybody talk about just switch. You know how hard it is to have a guard that doesn't get targeted on switches. Like when you have a switching defense and people automatically it's like, oh, whenever we, wherever we got a big wing or we got a center that can pound or whatever. But it's like, Drew, you ain't doing that to Drew. And if it is, it's gonna be tough on you. So like that to me that always gets lost in the shuffle to when people talk about just play a switching defense because like a lot of teams don't have Drew Holidays. A lot of people, a lot of teams got like Trae Young size people or Darren Fox size people.
I'll be honest a little bit.
Go ahead.
Me and Chris were talking about this. Shout out to Chris.
Ciao, Chris.
Giannis is the way he's approaching the game. Like
yeah. He's playing more AD instead of LeBron, more and less LeBron.
Yeah.
Once he realized he's a finisher and he doesn't need to always have the ball in his hand, where he's probably him and AD are probably the best role man in the NBA because they can not only finish top of the backboard, but they can also catch and dribble and make passes off of the pick and roll in tight spaces. Like they're just. Once your area, when you're a player like that are as good as them, like if your area is anywhere on the square, just throw it up. I can finish it. Like that shit. That's that shit is.
What I'm saying, just in the series alone, to go from Game 3 where he balled the fuck out and was just done. Now you went into Game 4 where I thought something was wrong. Well, no, I thought he was burnt out, but no, he's now picking his spots. He's getting his teammates more involved. And
it's crazy because in the Brooklyn series, I would say like after Game 2 is when he realized, or was it 3? It was one of the early games where he was like, because I remember yelling at him because obviously I was rooting against Brooklyn making the finals, even though I picked them to make the finals. But I was just like, I think we were all screaming this in the chat. We're talking about like Drew needs to be the offensive force. Like let Drew create. Like Giannis, you don't have an advantage over KD like you think you have an advantage over KD like that, right?
Right.
And Bruce Brown, I don't know what Bruce Brown was doing to Giannis to stone and stop Giannis, but he was doing some shit to stop Giannis. Like it's kind of,
but he's a solid, stocky,
No, Bruce. That's what I'm saying. Like shout out to Bruce Brown, but like I feel like the Nets personnel were better equipped to guard Giannis. Where I feel like this series, like the Bucks, the Suns really have no answers. But my point was, Giannis really like took his foot off the pedal and literally started picking his spots. Like everybody says to pick the spots thing, where it's like it's give Drew and let Middleton all do their creative thing. Giannis, you don't have to come down and try to initiate offense. Just you be the pick. You run once you're you're a threat you're a threat pretty much anywhere in between the dotted line. So like if you do a pick and roll and they're not going to leave you. And I don't know what happened, to take it to the Suns real quick. Like Chris Paul doesn't, I mean he's older, but Chris Paul doesn't get anything at the rim anymore. And it's just like if all we got to do is worry about perimeter shooting, Devin Booker's not really in a rim like attacker like that either. So like if it's not an Aiden lob, like there's no like penetration to the rim to where that like there's nobody attacking the rim like how you want to attack the rim. It's just you worry about perimeter shooting. Yeah. But his attacking rim is similar to Schroeder's, where it's just speed. Where it's just like, all right, you think I'm going for this pick? Nope. I'm beating you to the rim. You know, it's one of those.
Hey,
all right, Anco, you guys want to? Huh?
I'll make that trade right now. They can have Schroeder because at least campaign at least knows he comes off the bench and he doesn't deserve $180 million.
Keep it a bug. From what I've seen the campaign, he's not. Schroeder's better, but he's not 20% better. He might be like 15% better. Maybe. Schroeder's better, but it's not by a big margin. It's not in my mind.
If you give me campaign off the bench, I'll take that rather than Schroeder as a starter and giving him $118 million.
Yeah, Schroeder. Good luck finding that money.
Well, Schroeder fucking sucks overall. So
the Bulls.
He doesn't suck. Somebody's gonna try to get him.
The Bulls are gonna give it to him.
The Bulls. You think the Bulls are gonna give it to him?
I mean, he played for Donovan.
He needs a point guard. They need a point guard too.
He played for Billy Donovan in OKC.
Billy doesn't have a job. Is Billy still coaching?
Billy Donovan's the coach of the Bulls. What are you talking about? He left.
Oh, that's right. He
didn't get fired. He left.
Mm-hmm. You know, my problem is I think of this is so fucked up of me. I always think Billy Donovan and Scott Brooks are the same person just because they both coach OKC. That's my fault. My bad.
And both did nothing but
and they both talent. Sorry, Scotty Brooks. I know Scotty Brooks is not a coach anymore, so that's where my mind.
He's a Blazer coach now. He's your coach.
He's on.
He's an assistant coach. Yeah. I guess.
Anyways, let's get this thing started.
All right, let's go. All right, welcome to episode 83 of Those Millennials Podcasts. I'm your host today, K the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys in real life. Rail's here. What's up, Rail?
What do you do?
Jess is here. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing? How's y'all mental? How's y'all state? How's the vibes?
Man, Gucci.
I'm approaching vacation mindset.
Yeah, dog. The devil trying to win, and I'm not letting him in. So I can't wait for this Miami trip. Your boy, just listen to me on this podcast last few times, because after Miami, you may not hear me again. So
you staying? That's the plan.
If I meet a little shorty in Little Havana, I'm not saying I might not. I'm just saying. I mean, if I find love in a hopeless place.
Wow! Shout out to Rihanna.
Wrap it up.
We're recording this on July 18th, this Sunday. So This is huh?
Nah, Jesse said something that was crazy. Never mind.
Oh, Jesse said some shit.
Yeah, said some blasphemous.
When you over here, when you listen back to this, Kev,
oh man. If you can't tell, we're recording this kind of early on a Sunday. Some of us have Real, what was you on last night? What was you on last night? You want to tell the listeners what you was on last night?
I'm about to say fuck the gym and get on Rail level right now.
I'm probably still high from last night, and I woke up and ate another. Well, yesterday, Kev gave me this edible yesterday.
Oh, this nigga's lying.
Me and Kev hung out. Me, Kev.
Wow.
We hung out yesterday. It was a lovely day. And,
I didn't get the invite. I heard them all in the car. I was like, oh, okay.
niggas in Paris.
Cruising through my city, and Kev gave me an edible, and I took.
Oh, it's your city now. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah. Rail making moves in Vegas.
Yeah. Kev not on the strip enough to call his city.
I am delivering on the strip, but not extracurriculars. No,
you stop delivering ass on the strip. But low key, Kev gave me edible, and I took more than I should, and I fell asleep. Fucked up my whole Saturday, and I didn't do nothing. Thanks a lot, Kevin. So now we're here.
That's cap, but we'll let that story ride.
I took 2 and it taken 10.
As you guys are watching, if you're watching on YouTube, you see it around with a Crown Royal.
Yeah, you see, and do you see the smile on his face? Like this, he's just alive. Shout out to all our YouTube listenership. We appreciate you guys. Also, shout out.
No more Crown Royal. You just go.
Man. Also, shout out to all our new listeners on our pod. We appreciate you guys. We're coming down the pike on 5,000 downloads. So shout out to you guys, for everybody that's listening to us. 5,000 downloads. We're on the road to 5,000 downloads right now. So shout out to you guys. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Even if you've listened one time, we appreciate you. Thank you for checking us out. It's all love here. And we're gonna continue to try to grow this pod and be better.
Somebody tell me like, Jarrell, you know what? Like, I really fucking hate you as a person, but I like your podcast. Like,
that sounds like Brian. That sounds like Brian.
Yeah, it was
Brian. That sounds like Brian.
He said, Jarrell, I fucking hate you as a person, but your podcast.
He's like, that sounds like Brian.
He said, what's funny because like he tells me not to toot our. He said because we always argue like this with him. Like we no matter what, like we had work nights, we would just argue over the dumbest shit. And he's like, sometimes I get mad and want to come on, but he won't come on because he said we can't afford him. So.
Shit, since we going on this road, I mean, we got stuff to talk about, but since we're going on this road, I get told when we don't record for a week, I get told like, where y'all at? Well, we miss you guys. And I'm gonna tell this person, not to hurt you, but when we go to Miami, these guys think we're recording, but it's cap. There's no way we're recording.
Cap, you're the only fucking person I know that wants to go to Miami and be sober. The whole fucking weekend,
no way.
And we can't
There's
record.
No way. There's no way we're recording.
We're gonna be able to record.
No way we're recording.
I'll bring everything. I'm not expecting to record. Though.
You think, Rel? You, Mister, I'm gonna be on shrooms. Yeah, I'm letting everybody know, Mister. I'm gonna be doing mushrooms.
Whoa.
Yo, now it's a whoa. Yeah, now we talking.
HR, I'm out of here too,
Mister. Okay, now y'all want to shut me up, Mister. I'm gonna be Bambi leg the entire time in Miami. You think you're gonna be coherent? You're gonna be coherent enough to do a fucking podcast? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway,
I'm just saying that why not, dog? We be in Miami. You know, I may meet a couple ladies of the evening that we can, interview. You know,
look, we're gonna have some Miami.
We'll go live on IG or something.
That's what I won't do.
Rels gonna be live on IG. Don't even worry about it.
Fuck you, nigga. That's what You see, it's always the most confident nigga and the married nigga in the group that wants to go live on IG fucking live.
What does that mean?
Married nigga in the group that wants to do it. You see that, Jesse? What trying to smoke niggas like me and you out still in this free agency period.
Yeah.
I got a ton of cap space. Nigga, I got 2 years worth of cap space ready for Miami. I'm ready to sign a free agent down there. Charlie's lining up.
Oh, okay. All right. So we started off with a tangent. So it sounds like us. All right. So obviously we're going to talk Space Jam, but we're going to save it towards the end for anybody that hasn't watched it yet. I remember Jesse hasn't watched it yet. Rel wanted to talk tomorrow. What's it called? The Tomorrow War. We're gonna have it. We can talk about that a little earlier.
Some movie review.
Yeah, we can do some of that. We can also talk Loki, the ending of Loki. If you want to talk about the MCU of that, you haven't watched it.
No, we're not watching. We ain't talking about that.
Okay.
I'm about to binge Loki today and tomorrow.
Oh, he hasn't watched it. Okay, never mind. So no Loki.
I'm just like all right, Disney. You got me with the first with WandaVision. I was cool, and then I was like
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I was like I could wait a week for Winter Soldier, and then I binged all of it together, like 2 episodes there. So I was like, Loki, I'm gonna wait the 6 weeks, and then I'll watch the whole thing.
That's fine. All right, but first we're gonna start with first we're gonna start with anniversaries. Excuse me for some of these anniversaries are from last week because we're recording on a Sunday. So I'm going to start with July 14th, 17 years ago. Shaq was traded to the Miami Heat.
Best move we ever made.
Shaq won another title off of that. So shout out to Shaq.
Getting Kwame.
No, Jesse, it got us Gasol. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying that was the best move we ever made.
But the trade we got Caron Butler, Brian Grant, and Lamar Odom in the first round draft pick, and then we end up getting Pau Gasol because of that.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
All right. So also on July 14th, 21 years ago, was the premiere of a show that I've already talked about on one of our podcast episodes, Keenan and Kel. So that's pretty sweet. Shout out to Keenan and Kel. Does anybody know if Keenan's been canceled yet? I've seen a lot of shows been canceled. The show Keenan.
The show, no, it got a second season.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Got a second.
I'm gonna be real. It wasn't because of me. I watched the first episode. I watched the pilot, and I couldn't do it.
Lorne Michaels got some pull at NBC, so he gonna give him a little. He
okay.
Give him a second.
I know. The Rock Show. Why can't I think of the? Why can't I think of the name of the Rock Show? That's before. Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever the Rock shows. I watched that one, but
isn't it called The Rock?
No, it's called something else.
Is it Raising Dwayne? No.
I don't remember. Anyway, but shout out to Keenan and Kel, one of my favorite shows on Nickelodeon. It was really sweet.
Never do it. One race, do it.
And then we got. Did you just say overrated?
So one of the great shows to do it.
I thought that was read. I said overrated. Anyway,
I did. I did. I'll be honest with you. I hated that fucking show. I thought it was pretty overrated.
You're a hater.
Says a lot about real.
Two shows I never got, that and iCarly. I was just done.
Who watched iCarly? I never watched iCarly. Anyway, that was after my age. Anyway, 38 years ago, Nintendo NES first dropped. Obviously, I'm big in games, so I thought that was a cool memory to bring up for NES. Anybody got any more anniversaries? No.
I believe. Let me double check on this. Reasonable Doubt had the anniversary.
Yep.
I want to get the numbers right. My bad. Go ahead and fill.
This is real. I was about to say this is really good audio content right here.
Oh shit. Never mind. That was
been that was a week before.
June 25th that it came out. Never mind. But it's 25 years. 25
Thank
years.
you. Okay. All right. So speaking of music, all right. So we're gonna, we always been doing. We're gonna get to our versus cast real quick. So this week versus dropped a bomb. And they're gonna be having New York's Finest, a matchup of two groups of two different eras. That's gonna pull from obviously from New York roots. We got the Lox versus Dipset. Kiss's second appearance on Versus, which is kind of cool because we all fucked with Drunk Kiss. This was one of the Versus announcements that I saw online. At least that I saw no hate. Like there was no hate from this drop from anybody. Nobody was like, "Yo, like who asked for this? Why is this happening? Oh, I'm not gonna be there. I'm not watching this." This was one of the there's been a couple, but this was one of the first ones that I felt like universally everybody was like, "Yo, Versus, y'all got one. This is really dope." So I'm gonna start with you, real Dipset, Lox. What do you think of the matchup, and who do you think is gonna win this one?
I mean, truthfully, it's no contest. The Lox will win. The Lox influence on hip hop has just it's undeniable. They have songs with Kiss. They were one of the first pioneers of just, not really one of the first pioneers. I mean, but like as far as the group,
you said they have songs with who?
They got a song with Biggie Smalls.
Oh, I thought you said Kiss. I was like, who? Oh,
yeah.
They got a song with Biggie Smalls. So
yeah.
So I think it's a lot. The Lox influence overall on music is just. I mean, it depends on how you view the Lox. Personally, I got into the Lox when I was my cousin got me into the Lox, and I doubled down when I met Jesse, and Jesse got me into the styles. Jada Kiss more so. Remember Kiss the Gang Goodbye? I remember listening to that shit. And
there was a point where I thought, I don't like putting them against each other, where I thought Styles was better than the Kiss. But as I've gotten older, as I've gotten older, I was like, nah, man.
Young Kiss,
Kiss is that dude. Kiss is that man.
But overall, I think this is for the locks. But this is overall just a collision of two eras because I don't. Now let me get to just. I think Dipset is so underrated when it comes to like their place in hip hop.
People, I mean, again, like I saw it was universally loved, but there were people like, you can't put these two together. The difference, like, yeah, like there was some of that where it's like you shouldn't put these two eras together. They're too different. They're not from the same timeline. They're all from New York, but I just think, obviously, I think the easier matchup, not the easier one, but the matchup that would have worked better for Dipset would have been G-Unit because they came up at the same time, right?
Yep.
That was like more at the same time.
2010.
Yeah, like that was the same.
Purple Haze came out. Whenever Purple Haze came out, and Diplomatics Volume 1.
I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close with this.
The Lock should have went against the Wu-Tang Clan.
I don't know about that one.
That's I mean they don't have enough hits, but I'm talking about stature. That's the only. That's the only
enough hits. I don't know about that one.
I mean, because before Diddy fucked them over. I mean, they could have had way more hits before Diddy fucked them over. I mean, so
they got hits. They got
hits.
You keep saying Diddy fucked them over. They were killing it like on the label. The only thing
no, but I'm saying like Diddy fucked them over. They should have got more.
Man, Kiss wrote so much shit for Diddy.
Yeah, I mean the Bad Boy. I mean the P Diddy and the family that's all the Logs. That's all Kiss. That's look. My thing is the only reason I'm saying G-Unit versus Dipset is not close because G-Unit.
No. Yeah, I don't. I see.
Dipset was a full on just like movement for a few years. That was just
for sure.
G-Unit faded too fast with only one.
My only thing was like if you want to talk about like at the same time. If you want to talk about same time shit, obviously G-Unit. If 50's not bringing out some of his solo tracks, G-Unit's probably gonna get smoked regardless. But it's gonna be a sweep if 50 don't bring out some of his solo tracks.
What's another? Damn, I was about to say there was another group I was thinking of that could go against.
But I think this is Dipset. A good matchup. I do think this is a good match. They just need 20. Dipset has 20 bangers. Just
no, 100%.
The only reason why I would say people would be like, oh, time period, because Dipset is very much then. Like, right? There is nothing that
Dipset prime was like what 94 through 90 what? 8? 9?
90s?
Who you said Dipset?
No, I'm sorry, Locks. Locks.
I think
94 till when?
I think the Locks go from 94. No, 2003. Because remember, they join Rough Riders and they take off on Rough Riders too.
Yeah.
So it's like they
so like 94 to 2003.
They actually do crossover with Dipset. Like that's where I don't understand what people are talking about when they're like, oh, this is not the same time period. No, the Locks was killing it in the 2000s too, and just before all the Rough Rider movements, they were all on that too. So it's like I don't know what people are talking about when it says it's not the same time period. It's just right after each other. But Dipset has a point in time where the only reason I'm saying Dipset has a very distinct sound and it's very that moment in time. So, but I'm just like, this is actually.
I wanted a Jim Jones versus, to be honest.
I thought maybe I thought the Lock should have probably went against these maybe three, and I'm gonna throw these out there, see what y'all think about them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe the Locks should have went against Bone Thugs or Harmony, even though that's more 90s.
That'd be sweet. I like that one. I'm a sucker for East Coast versus West Coast shit.
Mobb Deep.
I can see that.
Mobb Deep would not be able to beat.
No.
Are you saying wait? Who are they going up against? Dipset or the Locks?
Like he said, all these PC. He's naming matchups for the Locks.
And then
he's naming matchups for the Locks.
I thought maybe the Locks West Side Connection.
I'm a sucker for East Coast versus West Coast.
That's why I am too, and because that's what I grew up in. But I thought West Side Connection, maybe Mobb Deep. And,
Cube needs to get in one though. I don't know who his opponent is, but Cube needs to get in one.
Maybe West Side Connection versus
go up against Cube.
West Side Connection versus
that'd be dope.
A Tribe Called Quest. I don't know. De La Soul. I don't know.
Now that is so different in styles that I'd be like, I don't know if that's a good like matchup in the sense of just the what we're gonna be listening. It would be such a like difference in music that we're listening to. That's why I like Dipset versus the Lox.
Yeah, because it's all gonna be street shit. It literally is gonna be bars and street shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And New York.
What about Lox versus 3-6 Mafia?
3-6 got 20. Well, you know what? That would actually be really good because what I just did is what a lot of people outside of where
we forget.
A lot of people
and they remind you in these verses. That's what it's all about.
They had bangers like before they even made it like globally big. They had bangers, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people from the South would be like, "This was a banger. This was a banger." I would like to see him go against maybe MJB and 8-Ball.
Yeah,
that would be a good one because they were the only difference is they're very underground. So, but a lot of people listen to them. So, I just think it's gonna be a good matchup.
Also, do you think both teams' weakest link gonna be there? Sheik Luch or Hell Rell? Mr. Ruger Rell himself.
Wow.
I would no, because that's not the Lox. That's not state property. That's what are they called? Hold
on, Hell Rell is with Dipset.
Oh, Dipset. I'm thinking of
Hell Rell is hell yeah. Ruger Hell Rell's with Dipset, and then Sheik Luch is with Lox.
No, he's Dipset. I was thinking I was thinking of J Hood that the Lox, but they stopped calling them. They weren't called the Lox when they had J Hood. They were called something else. I forgot what they're called, but I don't know. You know what? It would have been cool. It would have been cool to see State Property versus Dipset too, but
yeah.
Since they were all on the same label, I don't know if it would have been all that fun. But
what I was about to say, so I mean, I think we're all in agreement here that as for us, we think this is kind of no match. No, I won't say no match because I'm not about to disrespect Dipset like that because we all love.
Can I throw one more out there for you, go as my hypothetical dream versus NWA versus Wu-Tang Clan. Both equally influential on rap music overall.
Yeah.
East Coast and West Coast. Wu-Tang Clan versus NWA got to be the last versus.
But you're going to have to get Dre out. Dre ain't going to come out.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
I mean, even
Dre,
if you
we need a
Dre.
Even if
you
again, like I said,
Dre,
we need Dre needs his own, to be honest. He needs his own.
Cube. Why you need Cube? I mean, Yella, you get.
I would want all of them there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Dre can't be the holdup because we know Dre too much. He got too much money to do it. He got too much of a bag to do a versus now.
All right, so I'm gonna just say this, and as somebody that loves Dipset and love what they've done, but when Money, Power, Respect come on, I don't care what Dipset plays. It's a point.
There's Money, Power, Respect. And
when that comes on. When All About the Benjamins comes on, that's a point.
This is the 90s.
That's a point. I don't care what Dipset plays. Those are automatic points.
Live.
Yeah, 3 hours, 24 hours to live. I'm sorry. I mean,
what's the song they got with Biggie?
If you a hater and you know it, fuck you. Oh my God.
Lox. But I'm not trying to I just get lots of slight edge because all you need is 20, and Dipset got 20 bangers. They got 20 hits that weren't just.
And all three of them is thinking like, "Yo, shit, I'm gonna play some of my solo shit, man." You might hear, "We fly, no lie, you know it."
I mean, if Killer Cam breaks out anything. Then it's probably going to be an L for anybody other than Jada. Jada got the biggest bag.
Honestly, I wouldn't have hated seeing Cam versus Jada. Jada would have killed him, but that would have been.
Yeah, but Jada would have killed him, but we gotta stop sleeping on Cam. Like Cam.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cam is now like you look back now, like you look at the further I get away from Cam's career, it's like, oh shit, this nigga had a really influential run in New York music. And 100%. We can't knock it now. Like Cam's there and we gotta acknowledge him now. So
yeah, oh yeah.
He's in that Kiss category where he had his era of influential music in New York, which is 100%. A hotbed. So I hope. Side note for you, finna go. I hope this spawns more Jewels. Come on, Jewels. I know you got out. You just Jewels home, but give me one more solo Jewels. Give me one more solo Jewels.
We're always begging for somebody else to put out another album.
I just need one more. One more Jewels.
I don't know, man. You know I'm a Jewels fan,
but you're also begging. So,
okay, so. We can't wait for that versus. It's supposed to happen August 3rd.
We'll be back from Miami.
Be back from Miami for that. All right, now we're gonna move to the main topic probably of this pod. We're gonna talk about this weekend finally happened. And a movie we've been seeing and reading, and it's been all over our timelines. For it feels like 3 years now. I'm talking about Space Jam. It finally came out, starring LeBron James, and Bugs Bunny.
And Don Cheadle.
The verdicts and Don Cheadle, who tried his best to save the movie. The critics are in. Apparently, it did awesome at the box office, which LeBron retweeted. And I don't know why he expected it not to do well at the box office off of promoting it for 3 years. It beat out Black Widow, which was out the week prior in movie theaters, technically.
Also, Black Widow did huge numbers in streaming.
On streaming Disney Plus. That's Real just had a costume change. Yeah. So, wait, damn, hold on. So right now, I think it has a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes. I haven't brought a Rotten Tomatoes on the pod in a long time.
That's almost.
I haven't brought up Rotten Tomatoes on the pod in a long time. If you're a long time listener, that was an ongoing joke that I used to always run the Rotten Tomatoes for some review. Not necessarily reviews. I just like to get a general consensus of what certain people feel on the movies. Just a general consensus, because like I don't, some of these reviews on Rotten Tomatoes I don't agree with a lot of shit either. So, since Real had a costume change, obviously he's eager to talk about this movie. 31%. I'm sorry, I had it higher than I thought. It's 31%.
31% haters in the world. God damn.
Real. So go ahead. Well, your biggest. What did you think of the movie? Mm-hmm. Your biggest con of the movie, if you have any. Mm-hmm. And what would you give it? 1 out of 10?
1 out of 10. 12. And the only reason why I say
I'm so surprised you didn't say 23.
and I would say I hold movies in the context for what they are. People always try to compare it to Scorsese 3 hour, the Irish. This ain't the Irishman.
Wait. Who compared Space Jam to the Irishman? Who are these people on the internet?
But I'm saying, anything, if you're being so critical of just a kids movie, like I don't understand. Like it's it's not meant for you, so you're holding it from an eye of an adult saying it's bad, and you're fucking the movie up by saying it's terrible because you're holding it from an eye perspective where it's not even meant for you. So it's meant for kids, but it's to me, I liked it, and I thought it was good. I thought Braun acted his ass
more
off.
than liked it if it's 12 out of 10.
I watched it twice. I've watched it twice. The game is good. LeBron didn't even have to really score in the fucking game. There's 3 issues I had with the movie.
Okay, here's the issues. Okay.
First issue, you doing? It wasn't long enough. Second issue, when Kronos comes in the game, and that's Kronos' Dame Lillard character, The first fucking thing that Daffy Duck does is go with the fucking Road Runner. Like, are you the nigga? The Road Runner hadn't even been in the fucking game at that point. So that's my second issue.
Hold on.
Leave it to Rail to actually talk about game plan and defensive adjustments in a fucking Space Jam movie.
A goddamn minute.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Daffy Duck's not playing?
He's the coach. He coaches. He coaches in the movie.
It's a -30 for me then.
Jesse, we saw what the fuck Daffy did. We saw what Daffy did in the first Space Jam. They already knew what he was going to do. They said he has to be the coach. Bugs wasn't going for that shit again.
Okay.
Fucking way.
Yeah.
And the last and only issue
never gets his due respect. Okay.
My last issue was the dude who played LeBron's son. Was like the
oh my god! Woo boy! Let's not trash kids though. Let's be nice.
Actually, I'm not gonna trash the kid, but I'm just saying he just sucked at everything other than basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say that. But
hey, he's actually a child prodigy. He's actually got offers right now.
Oh yeah,
offers in basketball and football.
Oh my god!
No, not that one. He actually that other son is the older son in the movie.
Okay.
That already committed to USC. This I'm talking about the kid's son, like the little boy, like like he was the main character. The main character boy.
Yeah. The other kid, Dom. I think his name was Dom, right? Dom in the movie.
Yeah, so that was he just didn't play a good role as a son. That was it. But otherwise, the movie was great. Daffy was a terrible fucking coach because when Kronos came in, he put in Roadrunner, and Roadrunner hadn't played all fucking game. But look, as far as the game goes, LeBron didn't really have to get in his bag. He only took about 5 shots. So yeah, and it was I like it. So hold it for what it's worth. And Loki Lakers, if you don't trade for Dame Lillard, LeBron's gonna make another one. So
free Daffy. That's all I got to say. Free Daffy.
Okay. For the second person that's seen the movie, LeBron's acting was hard to watch. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
You couldn't get Porky Pig to coach. You couldn't get Porky Pig.
So let me start with okay. So I'm not gonna start negative. I definitely thought it was funny. I was entertained. I laughed. I openly laughed out loud several times, especially when Porky Pig rapped. Don Cheadle had really good moments. He tried his best in this movie to you want to talk about Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron. Don Cheadle was LeBron and the Cavaliers because everything around him was not great.
I thought LeBron was a solid too. I don't know what you're talking about.
So
LeBron wasn't even Larry Hughes.
Was Mo Williams. Found out he was Danielle Marshall.
Man,
when LeBron finally figured it, I'm not going from LeBron.
It got better. It got better though, but like
he had to dig into
it started off as far as the acting. Again, Jesse's the actor out of us, so all things acting, I always lean on him because this is his world. But from what I saw and what I heard, LeBron didn't do great to start off from the beginning.
All right, well, let Jesse watch the fucking movie and let Jesse decide what he thought. Because I'm telling you, when Jesse sees the shit, he's gonna say, "Okay, LeBron got some chops."
Look, no, let me just say this. If Kev is saying that LeBron didn't do a good job, that says
Kev watch Fast and Furious 9. Kev watch Fast and Furious 9.
I watched Fast and Furious 9. And I openly admit, while the movie, again, we're not turning this to a fast thing. We're not. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jess. I'm not turning this to a fast thing.
No, I
already said I didn't like Fast 9.
That's what I'm trying to
I don't know if I said it on the pod, but I've said I didn't like Fast 9.
That's what I'm trying to say, where it's like, if Kev is saying, this is a lot. That's all I can say. And there's no negativity.
There's weight. There's weight there, right?
There's no Kev, but Kev doesn't.
I will
deep into acting and all that stuff. Exactly.
I don't have to. I don't. You know. I understand. I understand my strengths. I will say this though, for those who are saying MJ was fucking Scorsese or something, you are tripping. Like MJ was no savant in acting either. It was
Bron better than MJ. I'll tell you that much for that.
I'll say this. I said this numerous times. There's one thing LeBron has over Jordan, and like, there's no question about it. LeBron's a better actor than Michael Jordan. But
okay, there we go.
And he's the GOAT.
But if you are on the bottom floor, it's not that hard to put your foot on the first step. And on the way.
Okay, and so
not that hard. I also think Kyrie's a better actor than LeBron and
Oh
Michael.
my gosh.
I've never seen Uncle Drew, so anyway.
How could you even say that?
Never seen Uncle Drew.
Did you watch Uncle Drew, Jesse?
Yeah.
And you think Kyrie's a better actor than LeBron?
Yeah.
All right.
Bro, how did they taste? How did they taste? How did they taste?
Like a 2020 World Championship.
I'll say this though, for everybody that's critiquing this movie, like
yes, the fact that we're on here, look what we got to critique.
It's like, what are y'all doing? Not to say there's not good kids movies. There's like excellent kids movies.
I feel like we're doing a good spoilers-free review of this. Besides, Rail told some of it, but if anybody's breaking down game plan of the fucking game, that's Rail.
Yeah,
I said you was breaking down game plans of the fucking game. Like, who cares?
I just didn't make sense why you have to go to the fucking road running when you bring in Dame.
Whatever.
But yeah,
I feel like in the movie there again, if we're gonna compare the two, I'm gonna try to do my best to compare the two. I like the original better, and I'm a LeBron guy, but at the same time,
I can tell.
because I'm straight down. I'm a straight arrow.
I'm doing that. It was the whole beating them off the dribble shit. You know, it was just a lot.
You won't let that go.
I'm not, because you basically called the nigga Wash last year, and he bought me a championship. So
I didn't call him Wash.
As I'm wearing the Black Mamba championship jersey as we speak. So,
I feel like the other players, the Goon Squad, in the original, there were way more scenes with just Charles Barkley, Sean Bradley, Larry Johnson in the movie that are actually funny. Like when they were in the therapy chair.
Wait, can I ask you a question? How many minutes did AD play before he got injured in the game?
You see, Jesse, and you wonder why you're not coming to the parade. You wonder why you're not coming to the parade next year.
AD ain't going to it either. He's in the medical chair right now. He's always injured.
He didn't get injured, Jesse. He played pretty damn well, actually.
Okay. There were more scenes with the other cast. There was literally probably one scene of regular AD, regular Dame, regular
Ron one trying to make it about
Klay Thompson. There was only like one scene of them on the court talking, and where in Space Jam the other NBA players actually had drawn out, not stories, but you saw them more. They had more on camera time.
It wasn't a lot. Everything was shot in one day.
What?
It wasn't a lot back then. Like, you could tell everything was shot in one fucking day. Like, everybody.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The original Space, there was scenes with Charles Barkley actually playing basketball where they had to steal their power from him.
Yeah.
And then they were in the chair where they were talking to the psychiatrist. Shit. There was more scenes. And then when they played basketball at the end, when they showed they got their powers back together, there was like 4 scenes. Darrell, do you remember the old Space Jam or?
Only Space Jam I acknowledge is New Legacy. So
okay. Well, so we can't even take you seriously then. You might have to mute him, Jess. Anyway, but again, I didn't hate the movie. This is where I agree with Rail though. It's a kids movie. The fact that we're critiquing it the way we are is just like who deeply cares. I'm gonna tell you who does care. Skip Bayless, get a life. Like. Seriously,
that's his money, man.
What is he gonna do when LeBron leaves? What is he gonna do when LeBron retires? Just talk about,
Go after Dame and then somehow shoe in LeBron. He's always gonna LeBron. That's his moneymaker.
I mean,
not to circle it back.
Everything they do on First Take is circled around LeBron.
For LeBron, it's sick. Like they might as well call it not First Take. First Undisputed. LeBron should really like get 10% of that show. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. When you guys go, I lost my train of thought.
About Skip Bayless. You talking about Skip Bayless? About what the shit he says about him being obsessed about the movie.
Oh yeah, yesterday he tweeted the reason why the Suns lost was because LeBron was in the audience.
Yeah,
like that was his fault for being at the game supporting his boy. Yeah, just I don't know what Skip's gonna do when LeBron retires. It's wild to me. But again, out of 10, the long-winded.
Whole year of is LeBron's legacy close to Michael Jordan's legacy at the end.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole year. That
he spun off his whole new show with his take on LeBron.
It's
literally he got his bag
wild.
Because of LeBron. He literally got his bag because
it's
all the
wild,
shot
bro.
And those Cowboys.
Oh, in the Cowboys.
And
him being such a
well, that's not bad.
6 out of 10. Will I ever watch it again? Yes, maybe when my daughter gets older, but I don't think I'll ever watch it again.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there saying it like I watched it. Once I hit like 13, I stopped watching Space Jam. So, hey, do you have the Space Jam game?
Yes. I will say this. New Space Jam soundtrack, besides I Believe I Can Fly, just as good as the original soundtrack.
They put I Believe I Can Fly back on the new.
No. I'm saying if you take that off of the original soundtrack, the new Legacy soundtrack is just as good as the old one.
They couldn't put Kels on that. Yeah, they couldn't.
No. They can.
They
can
took
do that.
Pepe Le Pew off. They ain't gonna put no Kels on there.
But he was at the end of the movie, though.
Huh?
They cut his scenes out, but didn't put him at the end of the movie.
They didn't put him at the end of the movie. That's messed up. Shout out to Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's interesting about that whole thing. Just like the person that plays the woman in that scene wanted that scene to stay because she is like a survivor of like that stuff, and she thought that was her way of like overcoming. So yeah, it's interesting. This I don't want to go into it. Go ahead.
Okay, so moving on. I wanted to hit on something since we're not going to talk Loki because Jesse's plans on binge watching it. I wanted to talk about something I saw online on sneakers. If you guys want to talk about sneakers real quick, if you guys don't mind.
Talk to Tomorrow War.
I know Real has a rant about Tomorrow War. Yeah, before we move on to movies, you want to talk Tomorrow War?
Yeah,
Real has a rant on Tomorrow War. Go, Real.
Fuck that movie.
Oh.
I just want to say, only thing I'll say about Tomorrow War is that these subscription services, they tell you, like to subscribe. There's a big rollout because if you watch UFC 264, everything was about Tomorrow War. Like, so they put a lot of backing behind this movie. Snake Eyes, which, like I said, and they're sucking me in with that too. I just hate this rollout of bad movies that they're trying to pump. Like they pumped this shit out of this movie at UFC 264.
So you're mad at marketing?
What? Who okayed this movie, Kevin?
Really?
I didn't hate Tomorrow War. I saw Tomorrow War. Jesse, you seen Tomorrow War?
Yes, I seen Tomorrow War because
I don't hate it.
On DraftKings, there was a free pool, and if you joined, you get some money off of it. So I decided.
Did you? How bad would you say? Out of 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
I give it like a 5. I think I actually rated it. I give it a 5. I thought it was a great idea.
Great idea.
I think it was poorly executed. To go to what you're saying, Rel, like they have to do all that to get you to subscribe and watch the movie.
They paid all that money to get Chris Pratt. who's an A-list. Who's an A-list.
You pay pretty penny to get Chris Pratt, and that's what you came up with?
Well, but that was the whole thing about it. Was you needed
Fucking
somebody
Star-Lord? Seriously?
But it was my thing was
I didn't hate it.
my thing was just it was like they had
It's Sharknado bad, I think. I think it's pretty bad. I don't know. I didn't like it at all.
It Sharknado bad? No.
Yeah, yes, that's not real.
I do think there was production aspects of like what.
Wait, you seen Sharknado?
Me?
Real, I'm talking real. Seen Sharknado. Okay.
No, there was things.
So you do this to yourself. You just like hurting yourself.
There's things in there that was like B movie aspects, just by the shots.
That's my point.
The filming. Yeah. There was some shot where it was like it kind of didn't know the movie that it wanted to be. Where it was like it took itself seriously, but then it didn't take itself seriously in moments, and it kind of became cartoony a little bit. But I didn't dislike it because I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was something that made sense. But
I feel like we've had this conversation about another movie that was made by a streaming service. I think it was Netflix. What was the name of that movie with Jamie Foxx? Or
shit. That what's it called? The one with the drug. The superhero drug or
that was a great premise too.
Powered.
Yeah, that's Power. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like that was another movie similar where it was like you got the A-lister, right? And you have a decent idea and you just didn't execute it as well.
Yeah, you didn't throw like even when they try to explain the whole time, like how they're able to go back in time. I thought it was a good idea that it was like we're choosing people that are not supposed to be living at that time period. But then when it was like, why can't we just continue like the explanation of
I like that part. I like that part.
But the explanation of why time travel, it was kind of like a simple explanation. It was kind of like, I don't think it works that way, but okay. And then, of course, and then it got cliche. Of course, when he got there, it was his daughter. Like it was like there was the only person that was surprised that it was his daughter was Chris Pratt. That was like everybody knew that was his daughter. But I think it could have been good. I think it could have really been good if it just, throw more script around with it. Chris Pratt did okay. He didn't do bad. Like for what he was given, he did fine.
Star-Lord was cool.
Two black characters. I did not like what they did with them. You brought them in, and this is not me saying because they're black. It's just because that's the only reason I remember them. Like the guy.
Oh, the one that had cancer. I forget his name.
The one that had cancer. Yes, that was like you brought him in, and you're like you're getting reassigned, and then they just disappear for most of the movie.
And then the comical relief guy.
Yeah,
I forgot his name.
Really like most of his comic relief. I thought that was another aspect of like in two different movies where it was just like from the beginning he was just being funny, and it was like, and then you try to make him serious when he's like, I hit, which was like that moment could have been really good.
I hit,
but it was
and then the comical relief guy always lives though, man. Somehow, I mean, well, never mind. It might be like 60-40.
Yeah,
in slasher movies, the comical relief guy is like 85% dead, 90% dead.
Yeah, and then
he doesn't survive.
Yeah, and then so like the relationship that he has with the guy that that has cancer, it was like, I just want to save my daughter. And you didn't really give a clear explanation of what you're doing, like what we're about to do. All right, I'm down. And it was just like it was one of those. It became movie cliche as the movie went on. But overall, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I thought it was a great idea. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was something that was interesting. I think that's
what pissed me off was when they had all the civilians with bulletproof vests on. It's like, come on, bro.
How to shoot a gun yet?
Yeah.
What made sense is scary. When the population was getting killed off, that was actually, I was like, oh shit, this is actually a good premise. Then everything else
spoilers.
Took a shit, so here's a good advice. Don't go watch that movie.
But to get on, to go back to what Rel's talking about, it's the way they're promoting is they got to get people to go on the streaming service. Number one, number two, this would have been, since they had Chris Pratt, this movie would have been promoted like that as a blockbuster summer movie, anyways.
And I would, and I could tell. It had. I wouldn't have watched it in the theaters.
Me either.
I could tell.
No. Yeah, that definitely. If it was in theaters, I wouldn't have wanted to go see that.
No. I think that's how we should rate movies now. All the ones that we see on streaming service. If it was in theaters, or
if it was in theaters, would you go see it? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Stream it now that I have access right away, or would I go to movie theaters? There's movies still like you want to see in movie theaters, and so far, I agree with Rel. He didn't say this on the pod, but I agree with him. 90% of these movies that have came out this year are not movie theater, and I think it is exposing movies.
That's my ultimate point. Is it was like
not movie theater. Like
Prime is signing these. Prime is and Netflix have this unlimited fucking bag where they can do whatever the hell they want at this point.
Yeah,
and they just keep rolling out bullshit, and I'm just like, why do I want to keep my subscription service to the like? Don't get me wrong. Like Prime is probably the only one that I do consistently have because I've found a way around shit. But at the same time, Prime and Netflix, they have this budget there.
So wait, do you keep Prime based off the movies or because of their shows? I don't think I keep or hold on to any of my streaming services because of the movies that they put out. It's mostly because of the shows.
Prime is one that I keep because of both.
Prime is really, to be honest, Prime is.
It's for Amazon fast shit. It's not really for the movies and shit.
Prime because Prime is.
But I'm saying, but Prime is now a player in this game.
They are.
Prime's a player in this game.
I'm sure there's always been a player, but like
so is Apple TV now. You know.
I want that. Oh, so this is a good question. I wanted to ask you guys this too. This is kind of random. But since we're here and we're talking about streaming services, when you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing when you turn on your TV? What's the first thing you go to? I think this is like a millennial question that I've been wanting to ask. This is like
or some kind of sports. Or no, actually, recently, MLB Network.
So when you turn your TV in the morning, first thing you turn on to is ESPN or MLB.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Jess.
I think the first thing I go to is probably Netflix or honestly, I like HBO Max the most. But so I'll probably find something to watch on HBO Max. But right now, it's putting on a streaming service.
Me too. HBO Max is a strong second right now.
Yeah.
Okay, see this is why this is a good question because all three of us have different answers. When I first turn on my TV, the first thing I go to is YouTube.
Oh no, I don't do YouTube. Yeah, I don't do YouTube.
Literally the first thing I go to. So Rail goes to ESPN Sports, and you go to movies. You go to HBO or Netflix.
Yeah,
I think this is why not sports in general, but like why these companies are complaining so much about viewership because there's so much other shit to fucking do now. It's like back in the day when you used to turn on television, we all had cable or regular standard television. We used to always turn on. We talk about it all the time. We turn on ESPN. It went straight to ESPN. Yep. Kind of like what Rail does. And if it didn't go straight to ESPN, you went to a certain channel. ESPN, or back in the day, it was like MTV.
Only shitty ESPN coverage they have, honestly, is basketball, which is crazy. Because if you watch football, their football coverage is pretty fucking exceptional.
Yeah, but I just wanted to ask that question because I feel because like
I like it. I
don't like their pregame.
Like I like their afternoon show. Like
oh my god! If you want to talk about that,
I like the NFL's afternoon show, like NFL Live. I like that.
I like NBA and NFL's. Yes.
To talk about production, and I know you guys talk about NFL, but I know Bill talked about this on one of his pods, but. And we shitted on ESPN last episode, and I'm just gonna take another poop on them again. Their production, like not even so. Put the Rachel and Maria Taylor thing to the side if you can. Put it
to the side, but ESPN has to pull that Brinks truck to Maria Taylor.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Hell yeah! If she's gonna game 6, because her contract's up. The contract ended. They gonna have to do something or. Have Woj up there looking funny. But their production and the amount of care they don't care, or care is the wrong word, obviously. The fact that they don't care about their studio show, it rings louder than ever now that I pay attention to this shit. The fact that when they go to halftime, okay, so let me start before I even touch halftime. when the games start for ESPN production, this is why I prefer games on TNT. And it's kind of mixed because I prefer Breen and Jeff Van Gundy, and if I can choose a broadcasting that I'd listen to, it'd be Breen, Mark Jackson, and Jeff Van Gundy right now, right?
I agree.
But I prefer the production of TNT because they allow Chuck, Kenny, Shaq to actually have opinions on the show during halftime.
Mm-hmm.
They allow them to actually have discussions and talk. They have a whole segment for Kenny where they joke about running to the thing. They actually bring up stuff in the game. And again, if you want to pay attention to it too, cool. Sometimes it's just Kenny saying, very Manila light stuff anyway, talking about stuff that he sees, right? But the fact that they actually have a halftime show where they can space it out and talk about topics that the shit they see in the game, like ESPN doesn't do any of that. It's quick, and it's quick. But the fact that ESPN cares more about their commercial revenue, because that's what's being drowned out. They care about putting commercials and completely fucking their halftime show up and not allowing Jalen Rose or Woj. Again, Woj is probably not going to say anything anyway like that, but like not allowing them to actually have back and forths and talking about shit. It sucks. And again, I don't know how long this has been going on because like now I'm just paying attention to it. But it sucks on the... Yeah, it's been a while. It sucks. And then I think I've told you guys this in one time in the chat one time. For whatever reason, when ESPN first starts the game, it's like they play around with angles before they get to their set angle of the game they want to go to.
Try to be, I don't know.
They do these behind the like the side of the court things. Yeah, it's not
the one from
like the perfect way to describe it for anybody that for our listeners that play 2K or whatever. When it's not necessarily the camera angle where you go behind what's the camera angle where you go behind. You know what I'm talking about? Everyone goes to the 2K angle. 2K, I think it's called 2K angle. But it's like one of the ones in the middle of that one where it's kind of to the side. And they do that for like the first four or five possessions until...
And try to build like this thing, but it's like nobody likes it.
Nobody likes it. And sometimes they miss plays and shit. And then, okay, so I don't know if this happens to you guys, but this happens to me a lot. And now that I listen to a side pod, like... two people that commentate the game from besides the normal commentary on the game. When they cut back to the game, sometimes from commercials, the game's already in fucking play. I don't know if this happens to you already. Like what happens to you guys sometimes, where they cut to the game, and it's not just bringing up the ball. Like that wouldn't bother me so much. But like I remember one time, and I forgot what series. I think it was during the Hawks series. No, that was it. No, that was TNT. So it had to be one of the earlier series for ESPN where they cut back to the game and somebody was laying up the ball, and I was like, "What the hell is happening? What happened?" So, and again, I know people don't care about that, but that shit matters to me because it's like I want to see how.
Show it. All right, so Amin Al Hassan, because Dan Le Batard talks about this.
Yeah,
like the differences of why TNT is like award winning versus ESPN. There's a different, and Amin explained it very well. ESPN puts so much into pregame versus postgame.
During the game, postgame, yeah.
Halftime. TNT puts mostly into halftime, postgame. So you get like a 10-minute pregame, and it's like Chuck does this guaranteed. What do you got?
Yeah.
What do you got? And then
they do their little. I don't know if it's FanDuel or the other one. They do FanDuel, right? It's FanDuel. Yeah.
Something like FanDuel. So and then they put all their commercials at the top of the show.
Yes, they slam with your commercials at the top.
Pre-show, halftime, it's like one or two commercial breaks, but
yeah,
more time to talk. And then post game they get another hour and a half. So everything is reaction versus trying to predict. Why do most of those analysts get in trouble on ESPN or get clowned or get shit talked? Because they're trying to predict what's going to happen in the game versus reacting.
They don't even give Jalen Rose.
But I would say this too. But at the end of the game, especially, as a basketball, somebody who's really into it, even if I don't agree with Charles Barkley or with Kenyon, they have to say, if it's an interesting game, I'm going to tune in to hear their reactions.
Yeah, even let me get the first 10 minutes, see what they say.
ESPN loses so much as soon as that game goes off.
Because they go straight to Sports Center.
You see Scott Van Pelt.
They go straight to Sports Center.
You see Scott Van Pelt and he just sitting there by himself, just breaking down the game. And it's like, and
then you bring in this analyst that takes it super serious, and he's trying to, and there's no fun.
And shout out to what's his
keep bringing in
Tim Legler. Tim Legler like that.
Don't get me wrong, but it's like nobody around my age has seen Tim Legler hit a jumper.
Nobody knows who Tim Legler is like that.
Nobody like nobody knows. Who
nobody knows.
Like you have to Google him. You have to really, no disrespect. He played
no disrespect,
but you have to Google him. There's too many good players out here.
Dallas Maverick. I think he played for the Mavs, right?
I don't even know who he played for. Maybe the Bullets.
Who he played for?
But that's what you're saying, Rel, is exactly what Amin was alluding to.
They don't care.
You can't put so much into pre-show. Look at their NFL show where it's like when they have a game on Monday, they start NFL coverage. The game starts at 6 a.m.
I was just about to say that. I was like, ESPN's coverage on football is actually pretty solid, right? It's actually pretty good. I like it better when it was just Boom up there just talking play. When Boom does when he does the minute of just talking about plays, hey, good, go, woo.
You know what? Because like that, Kev. That's how I feel about like some of the people who talk. Boom knows football, and I'm not gonna say he does know football, but now, like I like more.
He's retired now, though.
Of the breakdown because you get the Buffalo Bills, and nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. It just got fucking over. It's like boom. Talk about the fucking game, nigga. He would just have to get off his. He's fumbling. It's like he has to get.
He's fumbling down to the touchdown.
It's like almost when The Rock does the spine buster. He's hopping up and taking off the elbow pad. So it's almost like that's what Boomer became.
Yeah, but it's how you get to the elbow pad that matters, real.
No, what I was saying is. ESPN, if they have Monday Night Football, they start the game starts at 6. They start their coverage at 3.
3:30.
4, and it's dude, that is too much to cover one game.
They give the finals 30 minutes.
They give the finals 30 minutes, and if that.
They give the finals 30 minutes.
When TNT hasn't had the finals in a while, but like. They're congruent with NBA TV, but when there's a finals game on NBA, again, and NBA TV is not the best production in the world, so like I wouldn't recommend anybody go over there to start before the game. It's not great. They give you a whole bunch of bad whatever. Anyway, but at least they're talking about the game 2 hours before the game starts.
Yeah, I don't like that because it's like there's so much talking you can do about one damn game that it's just like. Get to the game already.
But I feel like your championship should have a championship feel to it.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think everything should be post game. But ESPN's idea is we're going to go straight to SportsCenter. Then we're going to get Stephen A. And we're going to get Michael Webb on to talk on SportsCenter. We're going to get Tim Legler. And then everything is reaction next morning.
Basically.
That is what they're doing. First take. And all our talk shows are going to have our reactions the next day versus TNT is like we're gonna give 2 hours of reaction.
Well, ESPN is probably saying, "Fuck it, you're already gonna watch, so you might as well get some. Or you're already gonna watch, so you might as well get a Sports Center. And we know your best thing is to follow up."
Who burning something?
That is true. Oh.
Okay. All right, so we can move on from here and move to plus or minus. I was gonna do a sneaker edition one.
All right.
I guess it could be sneaker and basketball related. Rel, I know you've seen them already, and I made a post about this this week. And the shoe that everybody's waiting for, that we don't have a date for yet, the Travis Scott Fragment Air Jordan 1 High or the lows. Which one do you prefer? Plus the highs, minus the lows, and I'll show the people on YouTube What shoe I'm talking
That's
about?
the one with blues. Oh, highs. Never a low.
I'm a Jordan low hit one head, so I mean I said the lows are good, but anytime you can get a high, go with a high.
What plus is high? I'm going high. Plus.
I'm sorry, plus or plus high, yeah.
Yeah.
But the lows are equally good. I'll get my hands on either one if I could.
It doesn't matter.
I'll show the lows to the people on the YouTube as well. Normally, so I'm gonna go minus for the lows because normally I'm a high guy. Jordan 1 lows I don't necessarily like, and they became kind of a niche thing for certain people that are into sneakers. But I like that cream check over the darker check of the highs. That cream check in the blue guts I really like. So I'm a low fan of these. And plus the original Travis Scott one, the brown ones. I like the highs. Those are my grail. One day I'm gonna own those shoes. But the lows I don't hate either.
I like his Air Maxes. There was Air Maxes that he had, right?
Yeah.
I like the Cactus Jack Air Maxes that he had too.
Okay, so shoes you're looking forward to this year, period. Jesse, you have any on your radar? This is not really a plus or minus. This is actually a question. Do you have any shoes that are on your radars?
I do have something on my radar.
I can name a couple shoes that are coming out soon. The Off-White Jordan 2 lows. I don't know if you're into those like that. We got the Lightning 4s coming out.
Yeah.
Obviously for the Christmas drop, we got the cool gray 11s that I'm waiting for. I need 3 pairs of those.
Hey, get me a pair if you're getting 3.
You're getting 3 pair with the 3 bots you got.
No, I'm not. 3 players for the family. Obviously, these came out. The MCA Yellow Boys, the Canaries.
I like those. I did like those.
Yeah. These dropped in Boston. They shock dropped in Boston. Any shoes you guys are looking? Any shoes? Obviously,
12s.
I'd say the 11s and
yeah. Okay, the white ones.
Yeah,
and the South Beach 8s.
I'm still waiting. Next week, I told Rail already knows my plan. So we finally have an official in cement date for the South Beach 8s. This weekend I almost took 2 pairs of shoes to Urban Necessities and took them up there to get my 8s. But they come out Wednesday. I don't want to pay resale for them, but I will if I don't hit on sneakers. I'm going to take my ass to UN and I'm going to trade in 2 pair of shoes and get them because those have to come to Miami with me.
I like that.
They have to. They have there's no choice. There's no choice.
Yeah, I feel you.
There's no choice. They have to go to Miami.
I gotta get a pair of those. I have to. Those.
All right.
There was something. Go ahead. Sorry.
I will say we can close out there. Does anybody have anything else they want to touch on and hit on before we get out of here? I'm enjoying Dave. I'm enjoying the show Dave on FX FX Hulu. Yeah, the first season was good. I like the first season too, but it's nothing. I don't watch a lot of TV like you guys like that right now, but to me, it's not like anything on TV right now. It's so different. It's so out of the ordinary. It reminds me of Atlanta, where like you don't know what you're getting from episode to episode. Like it's really cool that way to where you're not every episode.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're not getting. You don't know what you. I understand some people doesn't. I know some people don't like Dave's. If you don't like Little Dicky's humor, I completely understand that because some of his humor is really hard to get with.
I'm tired of I'm the white rapper and you guys didn't think I could make it as a rapper because I'm different and I do comedy rap instead of like regular rap. And I'm like, you're not the first one to ever do comedic rap. Like you're not
no.
Shout out to Asher.
But
yeah, I think it's just a different show. Gator is like many times you give that man any kind of just story arc where it's mostly just him. That man cooks. That man, he is so funny.
There's a show on Showtime called Flatbush. It's Flatbush something. If you're talking about a show that reminds you of Atlanta, that show reminds me of Atlanta. That's a
Who makes it? Who makes it?
Let me find them. It's unknowns. Like they're like totally unknown.
No. What's it's
Showtime.
it's on Showtime. Okay.
Showtime. You can stream it on Showtime. So you know the dude that does the from the Wire, and he does that look that he's on there, and he's fucking hilarious on the show. And I it's a good show. It's definitely remind Flatbush Misdemeanors, and it stars Dan Perlman. It's two guys you probably recognize but don't really know, but it's a good show. It's funny. It reminds me of Atlanta. It's basically a Flatbush version of kind of like Atlanta. Don't know what you're gonna get from week to week, but it connects in a linear storyline. So it's I think people should watch it. It's definitely a cool show. It takes like the first episode's fucking hilarious, and it just takes off from there. It's not great, but it's funny and it's entertaining and it's a good pass your time. So I think it's definitely get that one to watch. Red, you got anything?
Listen to the new Her album. That Her is pretty good. That's pretty much it. I also watched that new Don Cheadle movie, No Set and Move. I think it's pretty good. Thought it was pretty good.
Did you hear that song with Pop Smoke, Pusha T?
And it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, you didn't like it?
I hated it.
Listen to it. I just heard the beat.
I hated it. Yeah, they shouldn't. That Pop Smoke album, that probably should be the last one. Because they didn't do it. They're not doing that. They didn't put no New York drill rappers on there. We just like a Biggie duets album. I
just saw the amount of features and I was like, damn.
It's pretty much the Biggie duets.
They have to fill out the songs.
Yeah,
they got to fill out the songs.
Like when I was done with the Biggie duets when I heard the
Biggie duets.
Jada Kiss, Jagged Edge, Nasty Girl.
Because you didn't say Nelly. You didn't blame Nelly for that song because Nelly made that song hot.
They did have that dope track with Twista. They did.
Biggie would never did a track with Nelly, so that was another reason that pissed me off. So.
Yeah, well, you never say never. Biggie's about making money. Biggie he'll make it.
Relax, my nigga. Anyway, all right. All right. So, anything else we got before we get out of here, guys? Anything else you want to touch on?
I do think that everybody, just like Kev, checks in on us. Always check in with friends, family, even though they smiling or they talking or you don't.
Yes.
If it's the strongest person you know or a person you don't expect. Everybody has their weak points. We just saw what happened to Richard Sherman. I think we all face.
R.I.P. Bismarck Key. My bad. Thank God.
Legend.
We saw what happened with Richard Sherman. It's nothing like to be like. A lot of people try to talk shit about him, but obviously he's going through some things and. I just think that we always got to check our mental health, always check like how we doing, checking on people. And, if you see signs, just always like, check in with a person, having suicidal thoughts, even though, you have alcohol in your system or anything, just the idea of having it is something that you've thought of when you're sober.
You got to talk about it.
Yep. Yeah. So, it doesn't just come when you're drunk or under the influence. So everybody definitely check your mentals, and I just thank God that he was able to come out of that situation unharmed. Because when you call the police and it's a big black buff dude, it can really turn ugly. And as you heard, if you listen to that dispatch, or listen to the recording of the 911 call, which I don't know why that is even a thing where you get to come out with that stuff, but you can see the concern. I didn't listen to it, but all the comments I said, the dispatch was not very helpful. The dispatcher was not very helpful, and that can be a recipe for if something gets miscommunicated, something could have happened, and that's that very much we can be talking about something else with Richard Sherman. Also, I don't know if y'all saw this, but there was a kid that I guess he's a rapper, but he got killed in Hawthorne on Instagram Live. He's also known for fucking with the Nipsey Hussle morals and stuff. Look,
I was one of them.
I saw the video of him actually getting shot on Instagram, and that was terrible.
It's terrible.
It was hard to watch.
We gotta be. We just gotta stop this shit, it's just got to end. Like
that was. I would say I've watched some. The internet could be a dark place, and when I come across shit like what I saw when homie got killed on Instagram Live, it makes me want to just delete my whole Instagram.
And I don't even really have respect for the dude because
yeah.
But it's one of those things that I ain't asking you to be killed or nothing. So that's
to watch somebody literally get murdered like that. Literally, you just scrolling, especially on Twitter. Twitter's a dark place too. So somebody else might like it, and next
Twitter's darker because you can post anything on there,
and I'm watching.
That should be there for like 18 hours before somebody should get deleted.
I flagged the shit myself because I was like, I don't think people should be watching somebody get murdered. So
it took YouTube forever to take it off. And now all they did was put like a mature, you got to make sure that you're 21.
No, he was murdered. Yeah, he got murdered on the internet, and it's crazy. It's sad times.
Yeah. But
sad times.
To end on a lighter note, where we getting them shrooms at?
Oh my
God! See, no cap. See, real wanted to cap in the beginning of the pod.
We doing them, but I'm not giving up my man.
I'm not a part of we.
Yeah.
Y'all the we.
I got to see my man about the Molly too. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all have a blast with that. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Sean. Shout out Fury. Everybody that's gonna come out. We got literally a week and a half before we hit Miami. These niggas think we're potting, but these niggas is lying to you.
And he's the sober one.
These niggas is lying to you. They think
he's gonna be drinking water the whole
weekend. Shut us down again. Look at
that. Down again. So we'll have one more special pod for you guys next week, hopefully, if everything goes right. And then the week after that, we'll be off. You check us out on Instagram Live, where we'll be showing love and drinking and having a good time, showing the Miami vibes.
Yeah. You can finish.
Probably have some content on YouTube from there too.
Post some shit on there. We'll have it,
shit for the OnlyFans afterwards. So,
wow, not me. All right, this is Those Millennials, episode 83, and we're out. Real, you got only.